Hi everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome one and all to another Wednesday night solo stream. We're here to get some writing done. And thank you everyone who's already here. Hi James, hi Steve, and hi Ian. Welcome. I'm so happy to be back for another stream. We're going to hang out and get some writing done. I apologize for being 1 minute late. I was watching the weather forecast for this hurricane that is coming and got totally sucked into watching Ryan Hall, y'all, who I'm sure you have heard of, but he's a big weather YouTuber, and so I was watching his forecast because OMG. Hi, JK, welcome. But hurricane or not, we will be getting some writing done tonight. So let me know what you are working on, what you're bringing to the stream tonight. I am working on my dark romantasy, affectionately called Hera's book, as per usual. We've been working on it all summer. And I recently, at the tail end of August, started it over. I got about 20K into the draft, and then realized that I wanted to move a bunch of plot points around in Act 1 to kind of make my character's reactions make a little more sense. And so I kind of had the choice between, do I keep plowing ahead with this version and finish Act 1 and the whole rest of the book with these plot points the way they are, or do I stop now and replot it in the way that I know makes more sense? And yeah, I chose the latter option. So started that back over, and we're now 17K into 2.0 version. So it still feels like my zero draft. It's still super messy, no description, white room syndrome, verb tense all over the freaking place. But I feel a lot better that those plot points are in the right order and feel like I have a much better handle on all that. And it's hard to talk about it without giving stuff away. But that's my mini writing update. Let me know how the whole month went for you guys, because I don't think we had a stream in August, which is completely my fault. I'm so sorry. I got back from a trip the day before I was supposed to have the stream and just completely forgot what day, month, year it was. And the last Wednesday went by right over my head. So I haven't talked to you guys in a while, and I haven't gotten your project updates in a while. So please share what you've been up to, how the rest of your summer went. Steek said, finished my Act 1 today, so now I'm celebrating by rewatching some Brooklyn Nine-Nine, my comfort show. Got tomorrow off. So happy I could come to Boop the Like button and hang out. Oh my gosh, Steek, congratulations on finishing Act 1. I would love if everyone would leave some emojis in the chat for Steek, because you've been working so hard on this. I know you've been doing your 500 words a day goal until you've hit this milestone. And I'm so happy for you. This is awesome. And you definitely deserve all the Brooklyn Nine-Nine that your heart desires. Ian is just tweaking my sci-fi crime thriller before it goes to a dev editor in a couple of weeks. Ian, that's so exciting. Yee! Excellent. Excellent, excellent. All right. Well, I will go ahead and get us into our sprints then. If you're new, I try to keep the sprints a little bit on the shorter side, and we try to keep them rolling, you know, true in sprint fashion. So we're going to do a 15, a 20, a 25, and then a cool down 10. So I hope that sounds good. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get us into our 15. So let's get our documents open and get ready to write. All right. So here's our 15 minutes courtesy of Laura. Good luck, everybody. All right, beautiful job, everybody. That was the end of our first sprint, so let me know how it went for you. That was good for me. I had some coursework to do, so for anyone who's not aware, I'm currently testing out the Readsy course, How to Write a Novel, which involves some daily coursework. So I had my video of the day to watch and my further reading to read. Both of those have been watched and read, so we're all caught up, which is great. The lesson today, well, I guess I should say the theme of the week for the course this week is called Doubling Up. So we're kind of getting to the end of the course now. Next week is our last week, so we've been through a lot of concepts, and so doubling up is about layering concepts together and how different frameworks work together. So that's interesting. The video today was about the intertwining of setting and story. So got my brain turning. It was kind of talking about, can you answer the question, why does my story take place in this particular place? And how does the setting impact my plot? And hopefully it does have some impact or implications on the plot. And what obstacles does this setting present to my characters, or what constraints, or what freedoms? And I thought that was interesting. So, something to think about. Um, Steek said, I also had an idea for an Advent story for next year called Red Snow at Grimsby Hall. So, doing some thought dumping for that too. It's a sequel to my Cairo Cursed Mummy short story. I love this. I love that you got a title right away and a good one too. Could never be me. I never know what to call my stories. So, I love this for you. Um, James answered the question. Yeah, so I dropped a question in the chat for us to talk about. As I said, I had this experience this past month with Hera's book. And so I wanted to pitch it to you all. Uh, do you force yourself through drafts, or do you allow yourself to go backwards? And I know there's so much varied advice about this, and it depends probably on how far you are, what draft you're on. So I guess I was wondering for you, what qualifies as a must fix before moving on? So for me and Hera's book, that feeling that I had my plot points out of order and my character's arc was not arcing, that really felt like something I really needed to fix before I moved on, because I knew that without those building blocks in the right place, it didn't feel like moving forward was a good idea, but I do usually subscribe to the just move forward train of thought. So this was different for me. Maybe I'm learning, maybe I'm growing, maybe I'm making mistakes. I don't know. But that's what I wanted to ask you all. James said, in general, I loop back, but I'm realizing that that is actually ineffective for me. In general, I'm best off at least finishing an act before I let myself backtrack. I'm really having to battle my tendency to perfectionism. Bad me often backtracks to deal with anxiety about my whip. I relate to this. I relate to this. But I think I agree that finishing an act before doing a backtrack is a good instinct. Like, I think it can be nice to kind of force yourself to get to a certain milestone, and then what I want to get in the habit of is every time I get to an end of an act, I take that as a moment to reflect. How did we do? How does this build on what I had already? Do I feel like I got my arc in the right direction? And so I think a little bit of backwards reflection maybe could be helpful at certain designated points. um, Madison joined. Hi, Madison. Thanks for joining. James said, my task for today, I'm trying to journal by hand for the first time in a while and trying to even out my AI obsession. That sounds like a nice way to balance your inputs, or outputs, I suppose. Handwriting is always a nice reset button for me, I feel. Becca joined, popping in to say hi. Can't write today, but I'm wishing you all the best luck writing. Thank you, Becca. We will take all the good luck wishes. Thank you. Madison is 6% of the way through the new West Wing audiobook. Ooh, wait, I don't know about this. Is this a nonfiction book about the making of West Wing, or is West Wing based on a book and I didn't know? Educate me. Hi, Moses. Thanks for joining. Moses said, for future writing, I want to try and not fix every little thing until I'm a couple drafts in. I feel that slowed me down when writing my first book. I agree. I feel this. I feel like this is something I'm still learning. um, but hey, you wrote a book. You wrote your first book, and no matter how you got to the end or how long it took, that's pretty awesome. Steek said, I would like to be an edit as I go kind of person. I know that I just have to draft to get something completed. No takesies backsies. At least I hope that's the method. Still have yet to finish the book. You are so close though. You're getting there. Yeah. Just have to draft to get something completed. Yep. Can't edit a blank page. Hi, Felicia. Thanks for joining. Oh my gosh, we have so many friends in the chat tonight. The first one is called Dark Clouds Over Cairo. So it was a recipe sort of situation with a blank blank at place. Okay, that makes sense because I also do love Dark Clouds Over Cairo. Like, oh my gosh, it's so immediately full of ominousness and setting. And that's fantastic. Madison said, I'm an outliner and editor at heart, so I get myself through drafting as fast as I can to stay in the parts I'm best at. I can't even let myself go backwards. Yeah, I relate to this too. I really enjoy the process of taking a zero draft to a first draft, or however you want to refer to it. Taking the very first roughest version to the version that feels like a more complete attempt. Like that's the fun of it for me because I am also an editor at heart or a reviser at heart. It feels a lot like the zero draft is like just putting all the sand in the sandbox. And that's really hard because it's just so much output and you're just trying to dump. Very mentally taxing. And it doesn't feel like you always get to have fun until you have the sand in the sandbox and then you can play. And then you can play and get creative. Madison said, oh, okay, let me tell you. It's a memoir by two of the actors, Carol, CJ's assistant, and Kate Harper, about the making of the whole series. Okay, excellent. I am going to Google this for sure because my sister is a huge West Wing fan, and that's like her Netflix comfort show. Like, I know for a lot of people, it's like The Office or Parks and Rec, but her like rerun comfort show is West Wing. So I will definitely send that her way. But yeah, all right. So it looks like we're ready for our second sprint. So I'll get us queued up. Thanks everyone for sharing your answers to that question. We're gonna bump it up to a 15 now. Or sorry, a 20. We just did a 15. All right, here we go. This one is a little spooky. We're gonna do a forest fog timer. Let's bring in some gothic fall vibes, you know what I'm saying? All right, so here's your 20-minute sprint, everyone. Good luck. All right, everyone. That's the end of our second sprint. I looked up as the timer was counting 3, 2, 1. So that went by really fast. I got really sucked into my work. I got into my writing, so opened up my document, did a little reread of what I did last night, and got 259 new words. So that was great for me. I'm about to wrap up a scene, which is nice because I know exactly what I have left to write in this scene. Um, so it's coming very easily, which is nice. And I also learned that you can change the color of your background on StreamYard, which I didn't know. So you might have caught the fact that I changed it to mango. And hope you all enjoy that. Yes, that sprint went by really fast for me. And our second discussion question of the night, so based on my coursework that I was talking about, I want to know from all of you, what is your favorite setting you've used for a story? And if there were any implications, what were they? How did it affect your plot, essentially? And I think for me, I'm really excited about the setting that I'm developing for Harris' book. It's really, really different. It's really fun. And I have two countries in this setting. So this is actually the first time where I've had multiple countries. And, I'm a girly who loves political fantasy, court fantasy. I love those sorts of political tensions between groups and people having different interests. So, um, these two countries are neighboring rivals, and one must rely on the other for reasons. So they have made a temporary peace and a tenuous peace that my character is trying very hard to keep together. And so that has been very fun to write. Um, so let me know if you have something similar. James said, favorite setting, a nature preserve that was a retreat for an order of priestesses, a preserve they were misusing. Different parts of this retreat show different consequences of what was going wrong in their order. Cool. I love that. So you literally had like physical manifestations of their corruption in your setting. That's fantastic. And were they in this nature preserve for the whole story? Was it kind of like a locked room situation where um like the whole story takes place in this preserve? That's really cool. Love your creative brain so much. Madison said a ruin that the characters will eventually time travel back to in its thriving time, which fundamentally changes the character that idolized that time. Oh my gosh, you guys are so smart and cool. I mean, honestly, that's so cool, Madison. Oh my gosh, the contrast that you could have, the foreshadowing that you could have. Like, this is just such a cool setup. I really enjoy this. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, if no one else wants to share your answer, then I'm just gonna um, shuffle us on into our next sprint. Um, yes, locked room, of course. They preserve was the size of the Adirondacks, so a lot of room to play with. Oh, okay. Wow. So quite a large bit of land. Really cool. I'd love to know what the like this is probably giving away your story, so like don't let me get you to give away too much. But I'm so interested in like what the natural manifestations are. Because it's kind of giving me like nature comes to life vibes, like nature gets back at humans vibes. And I'd love to know what that looks like. Maybe it's more magical than that. You don't have to say. This is probably the meat of your story. But that's really cool. Really cool. Um, all right, so we're going to bump it up to our 25-minute sprint next. So this is going to be our longest sprint of the night. Let me get our timer set up here. Do, do, do. A slight Another A2. I just read a book that took place inside the Statue of Liberty when it was lying down in Central Park before it was constructed in the 1880s. And it was the best setting I'd ever read. Wow. Drop the title, please. No gatekeeping. Um, how I'm trying to conceptualize like, all the plot take place inside the statue? And were they humans inside the statue? Like, what actually is inside the Statue of Liberty? I feel like now I have to know. I was just picturing like a hollow statue with some stairs, I assumed. But this makes me feel like I completely underestimated the Statue of Liberty. Maybe this is magical, like alternate history, though. Um, wow, really cool. I want to hear more about this after our 25-minute sprint. So we're going to dive right back into the writing. This is going to be a cozy fall timer from the Hexed Hourglass. I'm really trying to bring in the fall vibes since we're now at the end of September and next week it will be October. Holy crap, you guys, this year is going by so fast. All right, without any further ado, here's our long sprint of the night. So good luck, everyone. Oh my gosh. End of sprint 3. I was completely absorbed in my outline. How did we do? That was a fantastic sprint for me. I'm up to 509 words for the day, and y'all, I think I have finished Act 1. Woo! Kind of happened without me even realizing it. I just went back to my outline to be like, hey, what's the next scene? Let's set ourselves up for the next sprint, and realized that the next scene is the break into 2. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I feel like Act 1 was so much foundation being laid, so much mystery, and now, like, I'm just really excited about the fun and games in this book. And the fun and games is really what sparked this whole idea. I mean, that's probably the case for lots of books, right? That's where the promise of the premise comes in. And I'm just really excited about this premise. So, yeah, I'm excited. That was a great sprint for me. Let me know how you all did. Sasha joined us. Hello, my friend. Lurking while I'm wrapping up work. Do work emails count towards daily word counts? If you want them to, they count. Because Lord knows I know the feeling of feeling like the only thing I did today was write work emails. I definitely know the feeling. Um, yeah, these sprints are going by really fast tonight. Woo! Thank you for the woos. Thank you for the claps. Yeah, I'm so excited. So excited. I feel like I really made the right call on going back and reordering a lot of these scenes and kind of fleshing them out a little bit more. I feel like good job, pass me. You know what I mean? Feel validated. That's the word I'm looking for, validated. Um, so our next question, speaking of this book that Madison recommended with the Statue of Liberty, which was Time and Again by Jack Finney, maybe not necessarily a recommendation as a 2.5 star for Madison, but um, that made me think I could ask you all if you have any recommendations. We haven't chatted since July. So have you read anything in August and September that stuck out to you that you really liked? I've been in a little bit of a reading slump, mostly because I'm just doing so much writing and so much coursework. It's hard to fit reading in. It's like the Venn diagram, like pick two, you know what I mean? But I have started a bunch of audiobooks and just like let the library loans expire. Like I get like 15% of the way into them and then just kind of get out of the habit. So I'm trying to break myself out of that cycle. I'm listening to The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake right now, which I know I'm like literally so late to this train. It's come recommended to me by so many people, and I'm really enjoying it. I know it was a huge book on TikTok, I think. Like it was one of the first huge book talk books to blow up. And so I kind of had honestly put my expectations down. Um, but it's really great. I really enjoy the writing. Um, I'm really admiring the prose. Um, and the setup is very mysterious in a fun way. Yes, I'm 17% of the way in. So can she get past 15%? Let's try. So let me know if you have something for me to add to my TBR. JK did go back and answer our first question. I'm an editing as I go person, same with revising Project Sugar and Spice, but I've come to realize that that's done more harm than good when it comes to finishing said revisions. I know, I feel this. It can be hard to get stuck in that editing loop and not feel like you are finishing things. So I feel for you. Favorite setting have been bakeries that I've been to in my city that have such good desserts. None better than the one my mom and I used to have, though. Wait, you owned a bakery together? That's so amazing. I love this piece of JK lore that I now know. That's so fun. Um, James said, not a recent read, but I find myself thinking that I want to reread Brave New World. I think it may be far more relevant than it was when I first read it. Yes, I have not read this one. Um, we read 1984 as our like dystopian pick in high school, but I think this would definitely be a good reread. Um, Madison wasn't the biggest Olivia Blake fan, but Masters of Death was one of the best books I've ever read. Oh, shoot. All right. So maybe if I do end up enjoying the Atlas 6, um, I'll add this one to my list next. Maybe she's my girl. Ian read Wool, Shift, and Dust by Hugh Howey. Thought they were great. Okay, so these are 3 books, and Wool is the first, Shift the second, and Dust the third. Love that. I love a single word title, honestly. It's like such a good power move. Hi, Caitlin. Yay, so good to see you. Thanks for coming. Ministry of Time by Kayleen Bradley was sweet and fun. Okay, love that. We did. We actually had to close the bakery due to the pandemic. Oh, but once I publish my second book, I'll have more time to dedicate to open it back up again. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sure so many businesses felt the pandemic strain. But I'm so glad that you're gonna open it back up again. And I love knowing that like you had your own bakery since you're writing a bakery romance. Like that's just so perfect. I love that. And will you have recipes included in your book? Like, will you have your own recipes in there that you actually baked at your bakery? That's cool. Yes, I actually have a Ko-Fi newsletter with updates on my whips. Would it be okay if I get a wrench to post the link in here? I will try and do that on the next sprint, JK. Um, Wool Shift and Dust are called Silo on Apple TV. Okay, so they've made a show out of it. Very cool. Very cool. All right, well, thanks, y'all. I'm gonna go through after the stream and like look up all these books and add them to my story graph. So thank you so much for letting me pick your brains, as always. We're gonna go ahead and get into our last sprint. This is a 10-minute sprint, cool down sprint, and it is for you to wrap up your work, get your last thoughts out, get your notes together, and I also have a tradition here on the stream for the last sprint of the night. If you want to share either a line from your whip that you worked on tonight and you want to have us read out loud, or you can share one good thing that happened to you this week, and we will end as always on a moment of gratitude. So, yeah, be thinking about that, and let me get us going. Here we go. All right, here's our 10-minute cooldown sprint. Good luck, everyone. All right, wonderful words, everyone. That's the end of our last sprint. So let me know how you did. Did you get everything wrapped up that you wanted to? I just kind of noodled around. I didn't feel like quite ready to dive into this next chapter quite yet, this break into two. I kind of want a little more time to think about my plot beats a little bit for this sequence. I think it's going to be quite a long one. So um, that will be tomorrow, Anna's problem. um, but yeah, very good. And we have some links from JK to check out. If the bakery romance sounded interesting to you, we have several things to check out, including a first book and including a character art campaign. So please check that out if you will. I love the sound of any and all character art. Especially if it is on a bookmark and especially if it has a recipe. I think that's a great idea, JK, to pair those things together. Because it gives that person even more reason to like hold on to the bookmark, right? Because maybe they have it like flipped around on their fridge for the recipe. Um, so I think that's cool. Good morning to Shar. Welcome. It's good night for me, but so cool to have someone on the other side of the world. So cool. Um, let me see here. Yes, yeah, exactly. Ooh, the character's favorite recipe. That's a great idea, James. I love that even more. Um, So, as always, we're going to wrap up by sharing either a line from our whips or one good thing that happened this week. I think I was very tempted to share a line, and I had one picked out, but I think I'm going to chicken out. I'm so sorry. And I'll just share one good thing, and that is that we are cat sitting again. My favorite orange cat friend, who I thought was going to make an appearance tonight. I left the door open for him because he gets so mad if I don't leave the door open. And he's made an appearance on the stream before. He loves to get up and walk in front of the camera, and his favorite thing is to lay right here on the keyboard tray and get all the pets. And he is just the best work from home company, so I love having him around. And I'm sad that he ignored me the whole night. So, yeah, that was my one good thing. So let's see what everyone else did. Madison shared a line. I don't know why I keep saying he, T murmured. It was me. I did this to us. A la that time travel plot, going back to those ruins and readjusting perspectives. Very good. I love this time travel concept so much, Madison. I'm so intrigued. JK also shared a line. Lydia gave him a look that radiated superiority. Glad to see you aren't mad I put your son in his place. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Spilling some tea. And him equals Xavier, who's the person Lydia's talking to, is his mom. Oh, shoot. Okay, so this was her talking to his mom. Damn. I like this girl. I like this character. Yeah, that's a sleigh. That's a sleigh and a half. All right. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I love when we get some whip lines in the chat. I'm sorry I chickened out, but I'm so glad you guys contributed. Those were great. So I guess we will go ahead and wrap up for the night. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you got a lot of good writing done. I certainly did. We finished Act 1 and broke into Act 2. I'm so excited. Yeah. Great job, JK. um, so let me see. As far as stuff up on the horizon, I am filming my last Readsy video right now as we speak, and that will probably be coming out mid-October, I think. So stay tuned for that. We've got a Lazy Gang sprint on October 13th. And I think that's going to be on Mound's channel, if I remember correctly. Can I even remember when we did the last one? Yeah, I think that's going to be Mound's channel. Then we have the Storyteller's Hearth Relay, and I am going to co-host for that once again. So I'll be doing a stream, I think Saturday the 26th, if I remember right, for the relay, which is super fun because I haven't got to do one in a little while. And I'll actually be drafting during the relay, so I can participate like 100% with everyone, which is great. So yeah, I think that's all I have to let you guys know about. I'll be back here the last Wednesday of October, which actually, that'll be the 30th. Ooh, the day before Halloween. Should we come in costume? I mean, I I won't know if any of you guys actually show up in costume, but maybe I will. Um, so that'll be fun, and we will definitely have our spooky timers, and maybe I'll make like a fun Halloween drink or something, and we'll just celebrate. I think that sounds very nice and fun to look forward to. Thanks, Madison. Thanks for coming. Um, and have a great October, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll see you next time. Bye.